Good morning, Saturday morning. I'm gonna start cutting boards out of this stuff here. This is all my offcuts, and I made them all thick enough that I can plane them down. I want them to be 1 inch when I'm done. Some of these are 1.5, some are 1.25, some are closer to 1, just different offcuts. So I'm gonna use up as much as I can. I'm still gonna have to get some logs and mill them, but I'll work with what I have here. And I've got a cut list I've made, and I'm doing various widths, and I'll be doing various widths. I got 3 widths I'm going to work with. I'm going to work with 10 3/4, 8 3/4, and I believe it was 6 3/4. I'll have to look later on at my notes. The reason I'm doing that is because that's what I have, and back in the day when people built, they used what they had. They didn't go and worry about it being perfect. That's about it. So let's get busy. Nice board. All right, I'll pack these on over. This one will go with me. This one will go with me. A couple of nice pieces of fir that I can cut down. So, yeah, nice boards. Turned out great. These are 8 3/4. I'm going to alternate the rows. I'll do 3 rows, then I'll do 3 rows, and I'll do 3 rows. And each row will be alternate sizes, and it'll always be alternating. So it'll be mildly noticeable, but intentional. Sage, you got your toy, huh? Oh, you want me to throw that, don't you? Where are you going? How do you know I'm throwing it that way? Feeling it's going to take a bit of time to plane all these boards down, and I may not get as much done this week as I hope. This is Saturday, so I got time. We'll see what happens. So all this wood's from the offcuts, which makes good wood too, which I use a lot. It is hot out. Last couple days, summer came back. Apparently this blueberry plant that I left the buds on, it actually is doing pretty good. It's a Patriot blueberry, but they're kind of small. You know, I'm not a big fan of the smaller ones, but they're good too. I don't know what the other plants do, but I know this other one over here, this one over here, which is struggling to survive and may not live. It's like it's called a blueberry meter. But the leaves are all dying on it. I think the whole plant's dying. I got one good limb here. I'm just having issues with this plant. It's completely dying on me, and I don't know why. All the rest of them are good. This is the only one, my favorite one. All right, so I'm going to take a walk over here across from my driveway and see if I can maybe find a log that I can use. I need 2 more 135-inch long boards by 10 3/4 inches wide. I want to see how long it is, and if it's wide enough, it's borderline, it looks like. No, it's pretty big. Ooh. A pile of debris on this side. See if I can go from that side. It's hanging up on wood. There we go. So you can see on this side here that there's not too much bark. That's all going to come off after I trim this board. I'm going to trim the edges and make it nice and true after I cut the board, and this will come right off. It'll be gone. So right now what I've got is a square, a nice true square. It's preset, so I know where I want it. In there, but I just caught a pack rat. That's what's been underneath my place. This one's a young one, and there's a few of them, I'm sure. It's me or my place, and I can't have them destroying my place. They chew up everything, chew wiring, everything. But anyways, that's a pack rat, a young one. Okay, well, I went ahead and made off camera. I made just some extensions here to help me put these in here nice and straight, and I did it on the back side too. I like to check with this. It's preset to 1 inch, and it's just ever so slightly thicker, which is fine. It's gonna probably shrink a little bit anyway. So anyway, this is kind of a test. I'm doing a row with this, a row with the next size, and then we'll go to the biggest size. I'm going to do the first 3 rows, and if that works out the way I want it to stagger, then I'll just continue that all the way across. So it's kind of, I did a measurement. This is what worked out and landed perfectly to make just 2 boards for the first row. I think the next row I'm doing 3 boards, then back to 2 boards. And that's for the biggest, widest boards. So again, this is the reason I'm not being consistent, is because it's more kind of towards the old school design. And I just think that it will look nicer. All right, I got 2 boards done, probably half an hour per board or row, and I got like 25 rows to do, or 24 rows to do, something like that. So it's going to take me a couple days. Anyways, I'm going to get busy and do my 8.5 or 8 3/4 next. These were the 6 3/4. So when I get all of the boards done, then I'll put them up, and I'll show you me putting them up so you can see how they stagger. All right, good morning. Back at it. Only managed to get 2 groups of boards up yesterday. I do have to stop though and make a beam and figure out my pitch so I can figure out the height of the beam that I need to put up on the floor. Get these cut. Ooh, that one's almost to 1 inch already. We'll see what happens with this one. This may not be a usable board, but that's okay. I've got other stuff I can cut if this doesn't work. We'll check it out. This cable, wow, it really sagged a lot. I gotta take it loose eventually. Great. We got thunder coming in. No. It's a jet. Thankfully, I didn't want thunder. Okay, I'm going to start putting up wood up here so we can start putting the floor together again. Okay, that's got to go to this side. I got to alternate so the seams don't, just for looks, aesthetics, it doesn't really matter. I'm just trying to keep the seams so they don't match. So that dictates how I'm going to put it in there. We'll go ahead and drop this one down too, I guess. Be a lot nicer when I have more room. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and use this beam for the center beam for the ridge beam. So this one's going to support it in the middle. It's going to actually anchor to the center beam running across the building. And because I want it to be supported by the floor, what I want to do is cut this down to probably 6 inches here. So above the floor will be 6.5 by 6 or 6.5 by 6.5, depending on what I want to do. But underneath the floor for 20, oh gosh, I think it's 10.5 inches actually. So what will happen is I'll have a ledge here and here to actually the floorboard will rest on as it goes around this, so I can actually screw the floorboard into the beam. And then underneath, I'm going to make brackets from some angle iron I have here. And I'm going to drill those, pre-drill them so that I can put them on the beam. And they'll hold everything, tie everything together. Plus, because I can use these that way. This is going to be fairly narrow beam in there, but it's going to be wider than the ridge beam. It's sprinkled a little. Alright, that gives me my ledge on both sides. This. So, let's try this. Because if I can get up high enough, I can get it up there and get it to stay, and I can pull it the rest of the way. Piece of cake. Either way, it's still support. So this way, it's just fine. It gives me more room for error. More room this way. This time. Stabilize myself. I guess this will have to do. It's not the best, but I want it to be the inside of the beams at 4 foot and give me a 4 foot. Well, that didn't work out because I'm too fat. Let's see if I can move back a little. There's 4 foot right there. So basically that would be the edge. I've got to go over there and do the same thing. Then I'm going to line up to. Just to make things a little simpler, I'm going to put a small line here. Well, good morning. It's Friday morning. I'm going to try and complete this before putting the video out. And so I've got a few braces to put in. Of course, I've got more wood to anchor down. Just laying these up. Got that one. Okay. That's all for this week. Thank you for being patient. I appreciate it. This is late Friday evening now, and I just got to upload everything from the camera, start producing it. Next week, we'll get started on the roof construction, but that'll be after I trim this out, put these blockings in, and finish this last little bit of the deck in this opening area. That's the only part I'm not worried about tonight. It's getting too late. But 99 and 9/10 done here.